Record on this computer. All right. So welcome to the general interest meeting for the Red and Black, Northeastern's only athletic magazine. We're really excited to have you guys here. If you're watching this, we're excited for you to learn more about and hopefully come join our little club here and continue making this magazine so great. So we're going to real quickly here shift to our PowerPoint or not.
Maybe.
Possibly. All right, cool. So let's get this show on the road. General overview, state of the magazine, and then obviously the big reveal at the end. All that hard work went into the spring 2020 issue, and we're really excited to show it to you guys. So
it is our best one yet. It's amazing. I skipped ahead a little. That's supposed to come later, but it's unreal.
All right. Jenna, you want to go first?
Sure. My name's Jenna. I'm going to be graduating in December, which is horrifying. I don't think I've spoken that out loud yet. But I am one of the editors-in-chief of the Red and Black. I actually started the magazine in April of 2018. We are Northeastern's only sports magazine, and one of the things that really sets us apart from other publications that might write about Northeastern athletics is that we're really deeply integrated with the culture of Northeastern athletics. We work alongside the student athletes. We have a number of them on our staff, and even if they're not on our staff, a lot of them contribute as writers, as photographers. They also pick it up and they read it and they look forward to it. They engage with us on social media. So it's really kind of a product that is unlike anything that you've ever seen. We put out one issue every semester. We are funded by the school. We're an official club, so we don't have to front any money for anything like that. We have a print edition every semester, and we're also online, both in a physical magazine or a digital magazine format, and then the stories individually. So it's kind of a dual-armed operation.
And then what can you do here? In a second, you're going to hear from all of our department heads about the writing, the photography, the design, the social media, the web production, the podcasting. But this is really important is that no experience is necessary. And this kind of lends into the next point. Jen and I have always been a this is what you make it type club. If you go on our website, you'll see we have a tab for Red and Black alumni. If you are a journalism major, if this is what you want to do, or if you're not a journalism major but you want to get into sports writing, sports journalism, we can make that happen for you. Like Jenna said, we are very closely integrated with Northeastern Athletics. Becca Gaddy and Matt Levin, who are both on this call, just completed their first co-ops as Northeastern Athletic Communication co-ops. Jenna herself is a big time sports journalism writer, co-opted at The Globe, Boston.com, in Northeastern Athletic Communications. So you can, if this is what you want to do, if that's the level you aspire to do it, not only can we get you there, we can get you to the top level. Our assistant athletic director, Scott, specifically said that they hire people like Becca, people like Matt, because they know the work that they do. They know how great the magazine is, and they know the kind of effort it takes to get it to that level. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. And I think that's the beautiful part of it. If you just want to write one story an issue, if you just want to take photos at a game here or there, that is certainly there for you as an option, as a hobby. And we're there to give you the tools to make sure you can succeed, whether you are at that, I want to do this level for the rest of my life, or I just want something fun, something cool, and a nice little hobby that feels like I'm contributing to something larger. For myself, my name's Adam. I'm on the men's soccer team at Northeastern, and I am not a journalism major. I'm actually a business major, but I do love sports journalism and writing in general. So I'm a perfect example of the other kind of person we have on staff here. Jenna's the journalistic type. I'm kind of the athlete, not journalistic scenario. But that's kind of it from me and Jenna. We're going to jump into each of our section heads doing a little bit, first coming with our deputy editors.
I guess I'll start. You want me to start?
Go for it.
I'll start. So my name's also Adam. You can call me OA or other Adam, because Adam G probably gets the regular Adam name. So I've been writing here for, I guess, 2 years now. I'm going into my third year. I'm also not a journalism major. I'm actually a music industry major. I love sports. I like writing. So this is like a really good opportunity. Like other Adam said, if you're not like either a journalism major or anything involved with this, you can still get involved with this magazine. As far as the writing thing, it's sort of probably the first thing that you think of when you think of like a journalism or a magazine type of thing. And it's definitely a big part of it. So it's always fun getting to write a story for the magazine. I think I've written 3. And it's just a good way to, if you're not like good enough to play college sports, unfortunately, it's a good way to kind of kind of stay close to the action, I guess. It's fun to sort of tell the stories of the athletes that they're not getting huge media attention, like they're not Zion Williamson or anything, but they still have awesome stories. So it's a good way. If you like sports, if you like writing, it's a good time.
Can I add on to that, Adam?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So I'm Matt, another deputy editor. Adam introduced me earlier when he said I co-op for the Northeastern Athletics Department. So basically, I just wanted to say, like, Ryan, you get a interview like really cool people in Northeastern Athletics. For example, in the story I wrote in this spring edition, I got to interview Matt Philippe, and he literally just got signed to the Bruins, so that's pretty cool. So you never know who you get to talk to. We've talked to some pretty cool people before.
I can add on to that quickly. I'm Michael. I'm another deputy editor. Again, also not a journalism major. I'm a computer science major, but I just really enjoy sports and writing, so I thought this would be a good club to join. And it's been a lot of fun so far. I've written 2 or 3 stories at this point. I've gone to do some great interviews, and it's just been a ton of fun. So if it's even something you think you'd be passionate about a little, just trying out writing, trying out interviewing, talking to people, I definitely think this is a great club to be in, and it's a lot of fun.
Can you all hear me?
perfect.
Okay. Hi, I'm Madison. I am a journalism major, also a communication major, and I'm on the cross country and track team. Right now, I'm just on the track team because cross country isn't happening. So I'm on the track team, and I'm also the student athlete liaison for the Red and Black. So first person writing is a little bit different from the journalistic writing because, like it is called, it's first person. So it's about athletes having the chance to tell their stories. So as a student athlete liaison, part of my job is to help athletes write their first person stories. We'll reach out to an athlete that we're like, hey, like they have a cool story. We're going to help them kind of go through the process of writing that story and putting it in a magazine. An example is Lauren McInnes, Like Father, Like Daughter, which we did in the spring and is also on our podcast, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Basically, if you or any Northeastern athlete that you know is interested in writing a first person story or having that type of thing written, like just reach out to me. And also going back to what everyone's been saying about like make it, what is it, like get out of it what you make it, whatever you guys were saying. I didn't have a major when I first came to Northeastern, and I think I explored like 6 majors in my first year, but the Red and Black got me into sports writing, photography, and also like the communication route with being the student athlete liaison. So it's basically like the reason I chose the 2 majors I have now. So it's really whatever you make out of it, and it's super fun.
Right, can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Cool. So my name is Christian Gomez. I'm the director of photography for the Red and Black. This will be my first semester or my first year as the director of photography, so that's pretty exciting. And yeah, photography, I think it's super awesome. I knew that I really wanted to do this before I joined, when I saw the photographers running around on the court and just thinking, wow, I want to be that close. And this is my way to stay close to it because, as was mentioned before, can't really play college sports, but this is my way of staying close, staying with the sports. So really importantly, we welcome any and all skill levels. It really doesn't matter if you have years of experience or you just want to try it out. We're going to be offering workshops to help the new and experienced photographers to get better. And along with that, you'll be at the games with other photographers, including the Northeastern staff photographers, and everyone's super helpful. So this is a really great way to get better at photography. Like I said, you'll have sideline access to all the games. So whether it be out at Parsons Field for the soccer games to watch Adam play, or in Cabot for volleyball or anything, you're right there at the action. And we even take a small team of photographers to the bean pots. That's really cool. And regardless of if you've just joined or you've been with the magazine for a while, your work will be featured online or in print. And so it's always really exciting to have your work show up and, maybe be featured on a story or something. So that's super awesome to get to see your work be recognized. And the last thing I wanted to highlight, I didn't really realize when I signed on, was that you make a lot of connections with other photographers. And if you want to get into sports photography, this is a great way to start to network yourself a little bit. Because besides the other people in the club, you also meet the Northeastern staff photographers, but even like local magazines, national magazines like AP News and even Getty Images. So that's super awesome. Yeah.
And we'll get to the specifics about what photography will look like this fall later.
Hey guys, I'm Courtney. I'm the design director. So as you can see, a lot of things go into magazine. You got stories, you got the photos. Oh, great, it's a magazine. Just kidding, it looks horrible. So someone's got to put it all together. So we got a team of like 4 awesome people. So tons of room for growth. I think it's really an easy way to jump on and like know you're going to be doing a lot of things because there's not too many of us. We work pretty much with InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop, but definitely if you don't have much experience with that, totally willing to learn. And it's really a great way to add things to your portfolio. Like my last interview, they were like, oh, what like I've been working on? I was like, look at this magazine. And it's like a cool thing to just show off, and especially when you get to hold it in print, seeing that or like on campus is really awesome, seeing your spreads come together. And yeah, I think that's about it. It's definitely, I would say, the easiest thing to do probably if you're gonna be remote this year. It's really easy to get in since you don't have to be obviously at anything. You can just get sent files, and it's really easy to do our design meetings over the internet too, so that's nice.
Awesome. Stosh, you on?
Yeah, I'm on. Hey everyone, I'm Stosh. I'm also on the soccer team with Adam, and this is kind of like our new exciting project that we kind of just launched, I guess, or just like the other day, kind of with like a tester podcast. But yeah, the whole idea here is to kind of start our own podcast where we interview, athletes, but also just various personalities in Northeastern athletics. And yeah, we're very hopeful right now because this is an opportunity for us to still be productive and continue to, explore something exciting despite, kind of unpredictable circumstances, whether we're back on campus and with sports not happening, this is something we can still kind of explore and have a lot of fun with. So really excited to explore this further this semester.
Erin Savage is our social media director. She was unable to make it, but she is an amazing person. And just a little bit about Erin. She's a junior, or she's an incoming fourth year on the field hockey team, and she is our social media director. She had this note she wanted me to share with you all. I hope everyone is doing well, and that if you're heading back to campus soon, that you have safe travels. If you're new, welcome. I'm sorry I can't be here tonight, but here's a little bit about social media and some stuff we think about for the fall. I would love to have some more help and hear some new ideas, so please don't be shy to reach out. And I personally love running the Insta, so I'm looking for help specifically with the Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. But I'm always open to making things work for everybody and new ideas. Stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you soon. So one of the cool things about social media is that we got a brand new budget increase, and with that, we have purchased a social media management tool premium version. So this will make social media's job a lot cooler and a lot easier. So you'll be able to have access to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. I think we're, as we move with the podcast with Spotify and Apple Podcasts, perhaps YouTube as well. So that's something that's also going to have a lot of new ideas coming this fall, especially with, the whole no sports thing. We'll definitely be trying out different things on social media. And as Erin highlighted here, she does want to do, highlights of editors, design crew, etc. So we did that in over the summer with our photographers, which was really cool. Showcase kind of their favorite images of the past season. So definitely social media and podcasting have some really cool things on the horizon.
Hi, my name is Brian. I'm a second year, and I'm kind of an example of how anyone can get involved with this club because I'm not involved with journalism at all. I'm a biochemistry major. So I am the web editor of the Red and Black, and that's an important role because, the first thing that most people are going to interact with when they check out our club is our website, because we can't get print editions out to everyone that wants to get a look. So the first thing they're going to do is check out our website. And so what my role includes is, making sure that everything's up to date and looks nice and pretty, preparing every article that comes out, and making sure that it gets up on the website and looks okay. Looking at engagement analytics and everything else yeah.
Awesome. So that was kind of our little intro for all of our main department heads. From now on, we're going to be talking about more current things with the magazine. So if you're new and things don't make sense, don't worry about it. You'll quickly come to realize all the things that have happened in the past year. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about what's going to happen this fall, because obviously things are drastically different. So first, how was the spring? Jenna said it in the very beginning. This is by far the best issue we've ever had. The fact that it came in the middle of a pandemic is kind of amazing. And it's a testament to the kind of team we have here. All the people you just spoke, all the people that haven't spoken or aren't even here right now weren't able to make it, but contributed heavily. Obviously it's not easy. And I'm sure other people have said, you guys do a great job, like whether it's school, co-op, whatever, but it's different when it's completely voluntary. And the fact that you guys did such a great job is awesome. And I think it was really cool to see that we were rewarded for that. Not only with our biggest team ever, but we had the biggest budget approval ever this past spring. So we'll be able to print more copies. Like I said earlier, we're just purchased the social media management tool, which will help significantly. And another really cool thing is we had the most read story of all time, which was the Lauren McInnes story that Madison touched on earlier. It was read, I think, 2,500 plus times in the first 48 hours of it going on our website. It's a really cool example of, how some of the stuff we do is pretty cool. Not only was the story viewed a lot, it was retweeted on Twitter by Al McInnes, which if you follow hockey is not only Lauren's dad, but also a Hall of Fame hockey defenseman and NHL executive for the St. Louis Blues. So pretty big guy, pretty big deal. Him retweeting was pretty cool. And it was also the subject of our podcast, which has over 200 views on YouTube so far. But yeah, a great example of, how it was so popular, but also how it was touched by so many people, from the writing aspect to the design aspect, which you'll see in a second. We had an incredible design page for it, to the podcast aspect. So multiple people touched the story. It was consumed in multiple different ways. And I think that's kind of not just the future of the Red and Black, but it's just a nice little thing to kind of think about, that whatever you do, and chances are that you're going to be touching the story in multiple ways. And obviously we launched the podcast, which was huge for us because Jenna and I have been talking about it for, I don't know, since April 2018. But to see it come to an actual fruition was really cool. Jen, you want to take the fall?
I would love to take the fall now that I'm unmuted. What will the fall look like? That's a big question. We still don't totally know in terms of, how everything's actually going to work in terms of processes and stuff like that. But, when we got sent home from campus and sports shut down in March, we didn't really know either. And we still put out a kick-ass magazine, which we're going to show you guys in a second. So it's a little bit unclear. It's a little bit hazy, but we do have some goals and we're confident that we're going to be able to accomplish all of them. Just to touch on some of them, one of the biggest things that we heard in our survey that we sent out last semester or the semester before?
January.
Whenever
that was.
We wanted to do some merchandise. So we are going to do that, some t-shirts, sweatshirts, something to that effect. That all kind of goes into the fact that we want to do some more team bonding stuff. We had a lot of really cool plans for the winter in terms of doing some speaker events with, people from the Red Sox, the Celtics, the Bruins, stuff like that. Even just, finally having a launch party for a magazine, which is also something we've talked about doing since April 2018. But obviously those things are hard to do, but now it's kind of more important than ever to kind of, still be cohesive and kind of appear as a club. So we're still going to try to do things like, get together on Zoom. We'll have those meetings. We're still going to try to do some reaching out to some organizations and get some of those speaker things kind of in here. We do have some stickers. I skipped over that by accident, but we have some red and black logo stickers, some Howl logo stickers that are coming to Boston right now. So we're going to get those out to everybody. We'll stick them in the magazines too. So it'll be a really cool thing. The less fun stuff, or not the less fun, but the less, we are going to be looking to do some transitioning of power. Just, I'm graduating, people are away, people aren't, things look a little bit different right now. So we're going to be talking a lot this semester about, if you're a first or a second year student, you want to get involved in a leadership role, we're going to have some leadership roles opening up. We've created a lot of roles over the last semester. I mean, prior to our last semester, we didn't have deputy editors. We didn't have a web team. I mean, we barely had a social media team too. So we've definitely done a lot of growth in that area, and we're ready to do some more. And it all kind of boils down to, at the end of this, we're still going to put out a magazine, both on the web, both in print. Just because there's no sports doesn't mean that we don't have access to these athletes. We don't have access to these stories. So we're going full steam ahead. We're excited to have you guys there.
Yeah, and I think when, obviously if you're returning, this, but if you're a newcomer or thinking about it, we will be having a pitch meeting in September. And, every year we go through the list of story ideas and people come up with story ideas, and this really doesn't change. Obviously we are now living in a time with no sports. So the challenge is for all our writers, and not just writers, but anybody can contribute a story idea, is what kind of story do you want to tell? What interests you and what would be interesting to other people? What is something that maybe doesn't get a lot of attention, but perhaps, now with no sports, we can take a much bigger look at it. And you'll see, if you look at our past issues, you'll see we talk about all different kinds of sports, all different kinds of athletes, and faculty. So, there's really nothing off limits, and that's why we're still 100% going out with the magazine, because it's not really about sports, it's about the people.
Just to kind of go off that, when we started in April 2018, one of our main things was we didn't want to be like, oh, the baseball team beat Hofstra 2-1 on Saturday, this person scored, this person got tagged out when they tried to steal. It was always, we wanted to focus on the people, and we wanted to tell those stories that kind of come as a result of sports, not make the sports. So this shouldn't be too hard for us. It maybe sounds a little bit daunting, there's no sports, we're going to put out a sports magazine, but I think it's really just focusing in on the stuff that we have been doing for the last almost 3 years. We can do it.
Yeah. And if it makes you feel better, with no sports, with no live sports, people are dying to consume athletic content. And Scott and Jeff Konya, the athletic director, have asked us, what our plans are and what we're thinking about doing for the fall. So lots of cool opportunities. But yeah, that's it as far as the PowerPoint. Thanks for making it this far. And I guess
a reward,
the big thing coming now is, please don't be stressed out looking at my screen.
I'm really stressed out by looking at your screen.
But
Not
first
Tag
off,
yourself on the personal skills development folder.
this is our back cover. Photo taken by Marco Lam, who is was an exchange student from Hong Kong University. Marco, if you're gonna watch this, we miss you, and good luck in Hong Kong. And you were an amazing photographer. So this is our back cover, and this is our front cover, taken by the amazing Brian Bay, who I believe graduated. And then designed by our new designer, Sam Klein, who joined our design team last year. And I think he did the back cover as well. So that is the front and back cover. And then this is obviously the first page. And then the last page, also designed by Sam Klein. So this is actually pretty cool. Every year we give out the dedication award at the athletics banquet ceremony. So this is part of what we talked about when we say we're actually really integrated into the culture at Northeastern Athletics. We're not kidding you. They let us, select the most dedicated athlete in the department, both male and female, and we do that through a voting system with each team. So again, people read your content, they take it seriously, and Jen and I always like to say that if you write with us or you take photos for us or you design for us, more people will look at your work than any other place on campus. So, but yeah, that's the front and back cover. So without further ado, let's get into the actual meat.
I'm the missing link folder.
We're all missing links, aren't we? All right.
Thank you for participating.
You're welcome.
Table of contents. Great photo from Tyler Dolph. I believe he's with us for one more semester. But he just accepted a job, full-time job, I believe, in marketing. So again, another example of you can be a great photographer and not pursue this full-time. But yeah. Designed by Megan Barrett. On the field hockey team, written by Josh. And then, I'm losing. There it is. And this is the father like daughter story that we were talking about with the really cool Polaroids down in the corner, which is a really great design element.
That looks awesome.
Nice.
Really amazing graphic here from Courtney. As my dogs make an appearance in the background.
Yeah, your dogs approve as well.
Hey, dogs like dogs, am I right?
They should record the intro to the howl.
I completely agree.
Another really cool graphic from Courtney. Sick story, sick cover photo. Also, if you ever read this lead is hilarious.
If you ever read it, everyone will be reading it, just not right now.
Not right now, but it's an amazing lead.
I'm actually really excited because even though I looked at all of this text that I was designing, I don't read it until it's done.
I feel the same way. I've read it every story 5 times. What, Jenna? How many times we proofread it?
Probably 7 or 8. And I feel like I read them, and then by the 8th time, I'm like, I don't want to read this anymore. I've done it so many times. But even now, looking at it again, I'm like, oh, I've never read any of this. What is it?
Yeah, it's completely different to actually see it.
Even though we've looked at these spreads since April.
Yeah.
Just something about it going out into the world.
Just FYI, these signatures are typical of any first-person piece that we do for any newcomers. So every first-person piece will have a signature, very similar to the Players Tribune, if you have ever read a piece from there.
Oh, Kira's in this Zoom call, I think, and she wrote that story on the
yes.
last page.
And
So
so is
she's an
Sarah.
example of.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah's here too. Hi, Sarah.
You too.
You guys
It
are on
looks
different
awesome.
pages, so I was like, what?
Yeah, it looks so cool. It's so cool to see.
And it's a really great story. So really good job on the story, guys.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you again. Feel free to continue.
This is our another first person piece.
That looks so good. I love it.
This is also really cool how she's a gradient across the page. And I think this is our last one.
Madison, let's go.
Woo.
So obviously it's one thing to make it, and it's another thing to actually see it in PDF format, but it's also another thing to actually know that it physically exists, as Jenna will show you.
It does
They're
exist.
real.
I picked it up today. I met our printer with Jake, who is the guy who founded the magazine with me in April of 2018. We went on a journey to Arlington today. We met the guy. We wore masks the entire time. We didn't get coffee. But we were at a coffee shop and the guy offered us coffee twice. It was kind of weird. But I do have 50 magazines at my house right now. We have more in storage with the printer.
A lot more.
Eventually, what? Yeah, a lot more. I couldn't remember, so I couldn't do the math. Journalism major things. But we do have print magazines. We did do it. We are going to make a plan to distribute them on campus. So if you are coming back to campus and that's something that you'd be interested in helping with, the printer is storing them right now until we can kind of figure out a plan for that. So keep your eyes peeled for an email like that. But if you're not coming back to campus and you want me to mail you a copy, or if you're watching this and you're not coming back to campus and you want me to mail you a copy, let me know. Send us an email. I have 40-ish at my house now. And I'd be happy to do that. And we're also getting stickers, like I mentioned, and I'm getting some stickers to my house. So if you want me to send you some stickers and a magazine, I can also do that. But just to kind of see it and like hold it in your hand, that little flip through thing. But I guess not. This is a very weird angle.
These little white dots, that's my copy. It sits up there. from last year.
I'll try to find the stories that like people who are on this call did. Oh, Josh, yours is here. You're on page. You're the first one.
Let's go. No
Ooh.
way.
Yeah, I know like you guys all just saw this, but it's cool to see it like physically. At least I think it is. If you don't, sorry.
And I think the other thing too is that some things you can't see on the PDF really pop in the actual magazine. Like we changed our red a little bit this year, and
it's so bright.
It really pops. And then also the little tape stickers that you saw on a couple of our pages.
Yeah.
They look very much like real tape stickers. So great job from our design team. Absolutely phenomenal.
We have Brian on page 4 and 5 over here.
Yeah, I think you guys could see a little more about like what the design team actually does.
Yeah.
Now that you're looking at it in person, like it's not just slapping some photos and the text on. Like it takes a lot. And I've pretty much, since we're a smaller team, everyone gets to do like 3 or 4 spreads, which is awesome.
And I think to echo that is every page, you know, while it belongs in the same magazine, like we encourage to try new stuff all the time. You got to see some of the new stuff we've never done in that magazine. The little tape stickers is new. The red coloring is a little different. I know we talk a lot about, you know, the little dots that end the story that you'll see once you open it. And that just not just design, but as far as writing, the story Kira and Sarah wrote are very different from anything we've ever done before.
Mm-hmm.
The photography, I know Christian's baseball little spread thing was something we've never done before. So yeah, this is definitely the place to try new stuff. We highly encourage it. And ultimately, you know, we have a lot of talented people to make it work. So
yeah. Michael's out here with the back-to-back women's hockey bean pot, followed by the men's hockey, or this is still women's hockey. Michael's the whole middle of the magazine at this rate. And then we go men's hockey bean pot.
So at this point, are there any?
I love this one. It looks awesome.
Are there any questions while Jen is leafing through? Is there any questions, concerns?
Other Adam. Yes, if you have questions, ask them. I just think it's very cool to see your stuff in print, so I just want to. If you have questions, ask away. Matt.
Good.
Oh, let's talk about versatility. We have Christian Gomez, writer, and Christian Gomez, photographer here.
Yeah, my first.
This
story.
one makes me laugh every time. Just the pictures. I love them. Kira and Sarah in print. Oh. Justin's not here, right? No. Eric's not here.
All right, I'm gonna stop the screen recording unless anybody has any particular questions.
Adam and Jenna, are you both going to be on campus this semester, this fall?
I will not be. I'm at home, but also home is like half an hour away. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking we can probably do like, we could do a little social distance, like wave to each other from across Centennial or something. I'll come in when we finally come up with something to distribute the magazines. I'll come in for that, but I will not be there. But I will not be as far away as Adam.
Yeah, so
You can commute
I
in, right, Adam?
will not be on campus this fall. I will be co-oping from home instead of they canceled soccer, and my co-op was like, hey, if you want to stay, you can stay. So I will be back in January, but we're going to be all virtual anyways. Northeastern's making a requirement unless you're like 1v1 meeting with somebody. So we won't be able
Just out
to
of
meet this group. So
curiosity, is anyone not coming back? Word. Stash.
So yeah, we'll send you a copy,
Interesting.
Stosh. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I can mail you one.
I'm not like % sure yet. I should have like a final decision by like Wednesday, but I think I'm staying home.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna stop recording just so we can move on. But thanks for joining us. Obviously, let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to browse our website. You can email us at nuredandblack.com, nuredandblack@gmail.com. And hopefully we'll see you at our pitch meeting in September. Thanks, guys. How do I stop recording?
Yep. See everyone.
Thank you, bro.